So I'm gonna be talking about a book called All Quiet on the Western Front. The author is Eric Mira Remarque. He was born in Germany around 1900s in like a lower to middle class family. He was drafted into the German army and published this book, All Quiet on the Western Front, after he was wounded and he was just talking about like the ordinary life of a German soldier. Um, uh, there's the main character is Paul Baumer. He's 19 years old. He joined the army after his patriotic teacher Ken Torek convinced them convinced a group of guys to, and so they joined the army and went and went to a training for 10 weeks, and then were deployed to the Western Front. Um, they had kind of a jerk for captain, um, and he basically taught them that um, the reason that why they went in for patriotism and nationalism are only cliches, and like war isn't glorious or incredible, but it's more like it's almost dishonorable because of the way that they fought, and that's what they believed. He was shipped out, and he shipped out with 150 men, and then came back with about 80 after they fought on the Western Front. Um, Paul goes to visit a friend, and he finds that his leg was amputated, and kind of starts to callous his heart to like the way that the war um, treated people, and he started to get a little bit of like he went from being like a compassionate dude and a loving dude to a really uncompassionate dude who really didn't care anymore about people dying because that's how he had to be to live in the war. Um, he Throughout the book he meets several of his classmates and then has to leave several of his classmates obviously because they die. He gets caught in battles where he loses like 50 men or 40 men, and then he gets sent on missions to go like place barbed wire, or he gets sent and like half of his company gets killed. So it's kind of like a good reference to what the war was like. The book. Um, it was about World War One and how Germany was taking over. Nazi Germany was taking over the world, and I think the worst part about the book was how Paul suffered from PTSD, and when he went home and how everyone treated him. He wasn't accepted into his home. He wasn't uh, totally acclimated, and he decides to go back um, in the army, and or not, to his company, and he then like um, he then realizes that like his enemies aren't necessarily like his enemies, but they're victims, and there's just several instances where Paul sees death and doesn't like, or not that he doesn't like it, but he uh, falls as a victim to the callousing of the war, and then eventually has led to his death. Um, and he was poisoned by like a gas attack.